Hello, Kaylee here, your multi-passionate creative, and in today's video, we're going to be doing an unboxing and product review of the Clawlab Tufting Kit H1. This tufting kit has been popping up on my social media for quite a while now, which really sparked my interest because of how new and innovative these products looked. So you can say I am very thrilled and grateful to finally have a chance to try out this tufting kit and see what all the hype is about. Now, getting right into the unboxing of this tufting kit, I was very surprised with how much you are provided within the kit. As you can see, you are provided with yarn, Clawlab's Tufting Gun, felt non-slip backing, which is honestly my favorite kind of backing, and at the bottom of the box you are also given their infamous tufting frame that comes with a manual on how to assemble the frame, and you're also given primary tufting cloth and tools to assemble the tufting frame. But before we get into assembling the tufting frame, let's now unbox the Clawlab Tufting Gun that comes with the kit. First things first, I absolutely love that Clawlab supplies you with a portable case for your tufting gun so it can be easily transported, making sure to keep your tufting gun and the content inside safe and secure. Off the bat, as soon as I unzipped this case, I was presented with their beautiful tufting gun, which is so sleek and incredibly lightweight. I was also supplied with the power adapter, along with the manual for the tufting gun, a little brush to clean off debris, some yarn threaders, and some lubricant just so the tufting gun operates smoothly, and 2 Allen wrenches. Now that the unboxing is complete, we can finally move on to assembling the tufting frame. Not gonna lie, when looking at this frame, it is very intimidating and it looks complicated, but it really isn't. The instructions are very clear and very simple, and even if you are a visual learner like me, you can head on over to Clawlab's YouTube channel where you will find a video where they explain how to set up the frame and also explain how to put your tufting cloth on the frame. When it comes to putting your tufting cloth on this frame, you do not need any nails, carpet tacks, or staples because the frame is made to tighten it for you, which is honestly a lifesaver because it saves time and also prevents injuries, because the amount of times I've stapled my fingers on my tufting frame is literally insane, but with this frame you do not need any of that, so yay. With this frame, all you have to do is just lock it in to whatever table you are using and just follow the instructions on how to set up the tufting cloth and tighten it onto your frame, and you are ready to start the tufting process. But not me, and not yet, because we need to do a little close-up on the Clawlab's tufting gun before we start tufting. There are 2 things I really love about this tufting gun just off the rip, and the first thing is it is incredibly lightweight. A lot of tufting guns feel very heavy, but with this one it is incredibly lightweight, so A+ on that. And the second thing is it is very enclosed. Normally with most tufting guns, the motor and all the moving parts are out and showing, and you can at times hit it when you're tufting or just interfere with it, and it could be very unsafe. But with this tufting gun, you do not interact with any of that stuff because it is all inside of the tufting gun and hidden, which is another A+ on my end. Now that the first impressions are out the way, we can finally get to the fun part, which is testing out this kit. To really put this tufting frame and the tufting gun to the test, I decided to tuft an image that was pretty detailed and just a piece that required constant pressure. And to tie into that, I really wanted to test out the longevity of this tufting gun because honestly, I was getting a little bit scared and I kind of underestimated this tufting gun because I did not think it was going to perform the way it was supposed to perform because of how small it is, but I was very, very surprised. Let me just say, this tufting gun really rose to the occasion. It did not overheat, it was very consistent, and I was able to use it for a very, very long time. I was also tufting at a pretty high speed. At the back of the tufting gun, there is a knob where you can turn it, and it can either go fast or slow. If you're a beginner, I recommend going slow, but for me, I really wanted to put this tufting gun to the test, so I decided to tuft using the high speed, and it worked beautifully. And another thing to add, this tufting gun is so quiet. it is not that like jolting, loud sound of a regular tufting gun. It is so quiet and it is actually really peaceful, and you can do a lot of good ASMR videos with this tufting gun. So yeah, absolutely amazing. And for the tufting frame, it was incredibly sturdy while I was tufting, and it held up the tufting cloth really, really well. I was tufting for about 3 to 4 hours a day while adding consistent pressure to my tufting cloth while I was tufting, and the tufting cloth did not become loose and did not budge. But if I did get to a point where I started to feel that my tufting cloth had too much give, I just tightened it back up by turning the knob on the right corner, and it just went back to its normal state. I do have a lot of things I want to touch on and talk about, but I will save that for the end of this video. So in the meantime, just enjoy a time lapse of me tufting this little mini rug. And with that, we are now done with the tufting process, which went by very, very smoothly. And like I said, I'm incredibly impressed with this tufting gun. And I just love how the tufting stitches look very clean and unified, and overall really, really enjoyed using this tufting gun. You may not know this, but I am a burlap kind of girl. I love using burlap. So when I saw this tufting cloth in the kit, I was a little bit antsy and a little bit intimidated because I thought I was going to mess something up because I'm not really used to tufting with this cloth, but it went really well, and using this cloth kind of got me over that fear of using this fabric. So yeah, that's great. Now that I'm finally done with the tufting process, I can take this piece off the frame, and I do that by undoing the sides and unlocking the two knobs on the right side of the frame and cut it off, and we are good to move on to the rest of the process, which is detailing and backing this tufted piece. But before I move on to those steps, here is what the piece looks like off the frame without any detailing or backing. Even though I'm looking at this rug that isn't shaved or anything, I really, really feel that this rug is going to be so cute, and I do have my work cut out for me when it comes to carving because I decided to pick something that's a little bit more detailed. So I'm going to be doing that for a couple of hours. So I'm going to back it using the backing fabric that they gave me, and I'll be right back and show you the finished product. Alright, and this is the end result of the mini rug that I made using the Clawlab Tufting Kit H1, and it came out so good. I am really, really happy with the end result. This tufting kit is absolutely amazing. If you are a beginner and looking for a way to get into the tufting world, I highly recommend you look into this kit because it has everything you need to start your tufting journey. Even if you are a seasoned tufter and run a tufting small business, I still find this kit extremely helpful, especially if you produce smaller products for your small business. So yeah, this kit is for anyone and everyone. This Clawlab Tufting Kit will be linked in the description box below, along with my discount code, where you can get 19% off your order when you purchase the Clawlab Tufting Kit H1. It is incredible to see new and innovative tufting products get made, and Clawlab is really changing the game in my opinion. And I really want to thank Clawlab for sending me their tufting kit and sponsoring this video. I really appreciate it. With all that being said, we have reached the end of today's video. I hope you enjoyed today's video and found it to be helpful. If you have any questions or ideas for future videos, please do not hesitate to share them in the comments below. If you liked today's video, feel free to like it and subscribe while you're at it to join the creations community. For those who are interested in staying connected with my small business, you can find all of my social media accounts linked in the description box below, along with my website where I showcase and sell all of my creations. Thank you once again for tuning in, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye!